What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Robert Palmer, and we're here to finish the 1978 album Double Fun. Thank you again to Kim, and in fact, I believe we have more Robert Palmer waiting after this, and as a bit of a side note, I think there's at least a couple remixes or alternative versions left to go through on the Power Station CD, so yes, more of Robert Palmer and his voice coming in the following weeks and months. Nevertheless, the final tune on Double Fun is You're Gonna Get What's Coming, is that right? Yeah, You're Gonna Get What's Coming, which technically I think could refer to either positive outcomes or negative outcomes due the person being spoken to, but more often than not, and I think the phrasing, or at least the tone that I get in the phrasing here, is that it's a bit of a threat. The idea that negative consequences, and perhaps deserved negative consequences, someone's comeuppance, shall we say, is right around the corner, at least by the perspective of the speaker. So it sounds like someone who's been wronged, or at least who has observed wrongdoing on the part of the person being spoken to, and in many contexts, lyrically, I would think that would relate to a relationship, and one where the speaker has been mistreated or abandoned or left behind by the other person in an illegitimate or painful way that seems unfair to the speaker. So maybe it'll have nothing to do with any of that. Let's see what I can catch on a first listen. This is Robert Palmer. The tune is You're Gonna Get What's Comin', or Coming, actually has a G, not an N and an apostrophe, and it's the final tune on his 1978 album Double Fun.
Once in a while I can take it like that, and I like it. I've got a Thunderbird parked right outside. Give me a minute to finish this thing and to light it. Whoa, you know this heat, it's a job keeping cool. Oh yeah. After Friday once in a while I could take and I had and I like it. You're gonna get what's coming. You've been asking for it 2 days running. You're gonna get what's coming. You're gonna get what's coming to you. You're gonna get what's coming. You've been asking for it 2 days running. You're gonna get what's coming. You're gonna get what's coming to you. You're gonna get what's coming. You've been asking for it 2 days running. You're gonna get what's coming. You're gonna get what's coming to you. You're gonna get what's coming. You've been asking for it 2 days running. You're gonna get what's coming. You're gonna get what's coming to you.
I don't think you're allowed to fade if the bluesy guitar solo is wailing that hard. Nevertheless, a very, sort of fiery album closer, and a bit different than the soul and funk and, sort of, what's the right word? I guess, again, soul and funk stylings of much of the album preceding it. But yes, number one, I enjoy trying to follow the lyrics here, and at first it's like, okay, so like, this woman came upon him like a landslide, which, inevitably made me think of a much more recent tune about someone coming into another person's life like a wrecking ball. But yeah, this, like, kind of burying him and, sort of being a very sudden but impactful emergence in relation to the narrator. But then he's like saying, like, and it's happened to me before and I think I kind of like it. I don't know if I was hearing that line correctly. But so then it's like, oh wait, so maybe you're going to get what's coming is more of like a playful, like a seductive or, a dance of like verbal intimacy. But then there was the line that was something like, if you never come back, it'll be too soon. And it's like, oh wait, so no, he is like, saying that he feels mistreated and, they don't deserve to be with him or to, have anything to do with him, and he thinks they deserve, bad tidings or, punishment from the world. So in the end, I'm not quite sure how it all comes together. So yeah, it sounds like maybe it was overwhelming, it was a fiery and impactful encounter, but maybe he's left with some bad feelings. But there was like a bit of a narrative in there that like, hold on, give me a minute while I finish this. And I don't know if it was like a cigarette or a drink or maybe a joint or something like that. But then he's saying he's got like a Thunderbird outside, and if like she wants him to go faster, she can turn up the volume or something. Like there was clearly like a more immediate narrative happening, and I couldn't quite get the contours of that. So either way, yeah, it sounds like he's been impacted intensely by whatever happened, and maybe he did like it being sort of overwhelmed, but I think by the end of it he has the sense of just get out of here, you're gonna get what's coming, the world will bring you the consequences that you deserve at some point, and I hope you never come back, is what I think it ends up as. But like, damn, that guitar, like bluesy wailing, and I have to say, like, it flared up a couple times. There was like a proper solo section, and it was like soloing again at the end. But I also noticed, like, while it was doing that, the bass was really pulsing away and sort of, rising and falling in tonal pitch. But definitely the blues was doing a lot of work under that guitar wailing. So I like the sonic arrangement. And as I said, like, a lot of the album had a bit of a soul feel, and, it was very... it had a funk to it, whereas this track, it just got a lot more rock sounding, a lot more bluesy. So I like the way the album ended with a bit of fire. As I said, I think there's another album waiting after this, so in the moment I forget the name of it, or like, and indeed, I think Kim mentioned that we could go a couple different ways, So I forgot what I answered in the moment, but yes, there's more Robert Palmer coming. Thank you again to Kim and to those following this deep dive. Let me know what you think of the song, and I will see you next time. Peace.